What if everything we knew about the world's most famous diet pill was just the tip of the iceberg?
For 3 years, we've been obsessed with the scale. We've watched the miracle shots transform waistlines across the globe.
But while the world was staring at the mirror, a medical mystery was unfolding in the background. In high-level clinical trials, doctors noticed something that didn't make sense: a group of patients who lost almost no weight, yet their liver disease was effectively being cured.
For decades, we were told that to save a failing liver, you had to lose 10% of your body weight. There was no other way.
But as of April 2026, that rule has been shattered. Today, we go inside the silent rescue mission happening under your ribs, and why we might finally have to stop calling Ozempic a weight loss drug.
Before we dive into the biology, a critical note. This is for educational purposes and is not medical advice. Semaglutide is a prescription medication with serious side effects and must only be used under a doctor's care. Now, let's look at why this organ is the next frontier of medicine.
To understand the breakthrough, you have to understand the monster we're fighting. This is your liver. It's the body's ultimate multitasker, filtering toxins, storing fuel, and managing your entire metabolism. But right now, we are in the middle of a silent pandemic. It's called MASLD, Metabolic Dysfunction-Associated Steatotic Liver Disease. It currently affects 38% of adults globally. That's nearly 2 billion people.
It starts with simple fat storage. But when that fat sits there, it rusts. This is MASH, inflammation. And if that inflammation continues, it creates fibrosis, permanent stony scar tissue.
Up until late 2025, if you had advanced scarring, your only options were radical weight loss or a transplant. But researchers were about to find a back door, a way to repair the pipes without moving the walls of the house.
For years, there was a massive hole in the science. Researchers knew semaglutide improved the liver, but they couldn't figure out how. Why? Because the main liver cells, the hepatocytes, don't actually have the receptors to hear the drug.
Then, in April 2026, a landmark study in Cell Metabolism by Dr. Daniel Drucker and his team changed everything. They found that while the main cells are deaf to the drug, 2 other specialized cells are listening intently. First, the LSECs, liver sinusoidal endothelial cells. These make up only 3% of the liver, but they line every single blood vessel. They are the gatekeepers. The second are T cells, the liver's immune soldiers. The study proved that when semaglutide docks here, it triggers a chemical ceasefire.
In the lab, mice lacking these gatekeeper receptors saw 0 liver improvement, even after losing 20% of their body weight. Conversely, mice with the receptors saw their livers heal, even when they stayed heavy.
This was the proof. The weight loss is a side effect. The liver repair is a direct command. How does a single molecule perform this rescue? It comes down to 3 pillars.
Pillar 1. The peace treaty, deflaming. In a diseased liver, your immune cells are in permanent war. They release cytokines that damage your own tissue. Ozempic tells the T cells to stand down. It's like a diplomatic ceasefire that stops the fire from spreading.
Pillar 2. The metabolic reset, valve shutting. Normally, insulin resistance leaks fat from your body into your liver. Semaglutide fixes the insulin sensitivity in your fat tissue, effectively tightening the valve. It cuts off the fuel supply for the inflammation. Pillar 3. The scar scrubbers, fibrosis resolution. This is the holy grail. We used to think scarring was permanent, but the liver is the only organ that can truly regenerate. By removing the inflammation, the drug allows the liver's natural cleanup crew to finally dissolve the scars. This isn't just stopping the disease, it's reversing it. The data from the Essence Phase 3 trial was so undeniable that in August 2025, the FDA did something historic. They approved Wegovy specifically for treating non-cirrhotic MASH with moderate to advanced scarring. But look closer at the numbers. The researchers looked at patients across all weight loss groups.
Even those who lost less than 5% of their body weight still showed significant improvements in liver health. This reframes the entire conversation. We are moving away from cosmetic medicine and into the era of targeted organ preservation.
The story of the liver rescue is a story of shifting our perspective. For years, we've shamed people with MASH LD, telling them the only way out was to just eat less and move more. We fixated on the visible, the scale.
But as the biology now shows, health is happening at a cellular level that we can finally influence directly. We are finding that we can heal an organ without ever changing a clothing size. It proves that metabolic health isn't about being thin, it's about being functional.
But this raises a massive question for society, for doctors, and for you.
As these drugs prove they can heal vital organs regardless of weight loss, should our medical system stop focusing so much on the scale and start prioritizing organ health as the primary metric of success? Is it time to reclassify Ozempic not as a diet pill, but as a fundamental tool for human longevity?
Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation that goes deeper than the scale. I'll see you in the next one.